Today we're out here doing some test hits out at my usual park area, and you can see I was hearing some funny rattling noises, and I also looked at my body and saw that some of my paint was coming off. And here you can see we've got a tire coming unglued, which is never a good thing. But luckily for us, we have a set of reactions here mounted on the split sixes, and these are the Assault RC carbon fiber rings. So we're going to see how Beadlocks do on these. So I just did a couple runs, and they're basically my average tuning runs, around 2.7 to 2.8, 48 to 52 miles per hour. That just seems to be about really all I can get out of this car, using the best batteries and all of the recommended gearing by McLaren. And if you looked at one of my last videos, you'll see that I've been up and down the gearing chart, and really doesn't make a whole lot of difference in my car. Maybe it's too heavy, really know what's going on, have a couple suspicions of a few more things to try, but that'll be for some videos down the road. So I'm gonna swap out these tires here, and we're gonna do a couple hits and see what happens. So first hit, guys, after completely reworking everything, reflashing the ESC, recalibrating the radio, and dialing up the motor timing to about 24, 25 degrees, we are at 2.84, 50 miles per hour. And that is with my Protect battery that kind of got nuked a little bit during the last couple test runs. 84-22 gearing, just like recommended by McLaren. Always important to tech your vehicle. Now, I am super bad at just doing passes back to back, 3 or 4 at a time, and not really taking a look at things, especially when I'm out testing and tuning. That's where you run into problems. I've actually had this problem with this tire for quite a while, as you can see by the picture here of how it rubbed a hole completely through the body. I always knew it was there, just didn't do anything about it. So of course on race days, you're gonna wanna check things like that before you go up. Like I said, I did get burned a couple times doing a real hard and heavy burnout and popping a bead, and then driving the car in last season and having issues. So hopefully with this and just better tech and the Beadlocks and stuff, we won't have to worry about that as much this year. Now, the other thing to think about as well, you're gonna see my mile per hour go up big time here, 5 miles per hour, 10% increase to 55, my personal best. Now, I am running the max amps batteries. Now, I didn't even cycle them. These were the first 2 hits, just off of getting them and having them freshly charged. So I've went through and cycled those batteries about 6 or 7 times. It takes a while. You don't really want to dump all the current out at once, even if your battery charger is capable of a high rate of discharge. You know, so it basically 2 batteries. It was like a weekend long process of charging, discharging, so on and so forth. So I haven't got a chance to go back out and hit them yet because it's been cold. It even snowed here today. So waiting on things to get warmed back up and working on some FPV stuff and that Tamiya TT02. So let's take a look at the rest of that footage here now from that test day. By the way, I did paint those, which is why they look silver. Everything went together really well. They have 12 holes in them. If you take off the split 6 red covers, you'll see there's actually 12 holes in the circle, not just 6. So you can use 12 screws to get those things on there really good. They mounted up super easy, no problems at all. It felt like a really good run. Definitely didn't hear that ballooning sound this time. Yeah, look at that. 2.7, 55 miles per hour. That's basically like my personal best. Let's take the body off here and let's see how they survived. See if they popped the bead or anything like that at all. Now you'll pop beads, especially with glue. I've had it happen. Took some laps made a hit or two, not paid attention, had the exact same thing happen. And you can see that that'll just ruin your performance. Battery's cool, motor's cool, 8422 gearing like McLaren recommends. That tire is solid. That tire is solid. Take a look here closer, guys. You can see they're still on there. They're not coming off. Now I know some of you will probably be like, well, what is your time going to be if you glued that lighter tire back up? Well, I'm glad you asked that, because we'll do that in the next video. So all in all, I'm very happy with the way that those bead locks are working. The weight really doesn't concern me. I mean, the car weighs a ton already. I know people are really into like weighing cars and transferring and stuff. And, you know, I'm trying to keep things simple for everybody, so you can take a DR10 kit and just kind of add a few things to it and make it a very competitive car. 55 miles per hour, I believe, is very competitive, especially if we look at all of the results from King of the Streets. The other important thing is every time that you're out and make a couple test hits, you're going to find something. You're going to be able to improve something. You're going to find something that you're going to need to improve upon. And this was just another example of going through the motions too fast, getting caught up in this and that. And, you know, who knows how long that has been happening. And it had to get to a bad enough point for me to hear something that was making a bad noise, versus just the obvious was looking at the body and seeing, I wonder why my paint is getting rubbed off a little bit more on one side than the other. Who would have thought? Anyway, guys, that's it. Short video here for you. Maybe we'll come back with something else this weekend or at the beginning of next week. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for all the subs and all the help on the channel. Really appreciate it. Keep on trying to do what we do. Talk to you guys later. Peace.